Bonjour students, Amber and Digicaz. Today is day 4 of College Preview Week here with Le Coudray Ojibwe College. We're so excited that you've been able to join us and hear all about the great things happening here at Le Coudray Ojibwe College. Today's session is about student organizations. So again, that extracurricular part of being a college student, all the different things that you can participate in. We also are going to be talking about 2 programs today. One would be liberal arts and the other being the Native American Studies program. And then we're going to wrap up with talking about the future of the college. Where are we headed? Where are we, where do we want to see our campus, our students? How are we going to be growing? So all of that's coming in this session. So I'm going to jump in and we're going to really start talking about student organizations today. And the student organizations part of the college has really grown over the past few years, and we've been able to add more and more groups, again, based on what the students want. So again, if there's something that you're very interested in or passionate about, you can always start a new student organization too. And that you complete a form and you submit that to the Student Senate, and then they review that and approve your student organization. So again, a ways to reach out and join in something that you really care about and that you think other students will care about too. So one of the leadership roles of our student body is participating in the Student Senate. So Student Senate is a year-long commitment, so a fall and spring semester, and students are nominated, or you can self-nominate, and there's forms. So right away in the fall semester, you would put in your nomination papers. And again, Student Senate, there's senator positions, and then there's the core officer positions. So we have treasurer, secretary, vice president, and then president of the Student Senate. And those positions, again, if you're running, there's actually an election process, and then you are voted on by the student body, and that takes place in September every year. And then your period of being an elected leader for Student Senate is that 1 year. And what does Student Senate do? So Student Senate, again, is that leadership role. They like to plan a lot of events for students. They listen to, things that some challenges and barriers and try to overcome those. They will promote during the season of civic engagement. If there's upcoming elections, they'll host some meet and greets with some of the officials that are running for certain seats locally or within the state of Wisconsin. They also will do special activities for midterm week or for finals week. They'll engage speakers. They will promote different fun things. So Spirit Week, so dress up days, or maybe you'd want to start a college powwow. So different things like that they're involved in. They also do have a monthly meeting with the Board of Regents. So again, that overall governing body for the college, and really be able to communicate what the needs of the student body is. So they do that on a monthly basis. And then the end of the year, they are involved a lot in planning for commencement, and also for a really fun end of the year activity called Kickapalooza. So it's a kickball tournament where it's students versus staff and faculty, and it's a very good time held at the LCO ball fields. So again, if you're interested in Student Senate, that is a good place to start here on the website. So if you go under lco.edu, student organizations, right under students, and in the fall, you'll find an email and you'll be able to put in all of your nomination papers and stuff and be on the ballot for Student Senate. Okay, and then we're going to move on to Art Club. So Art Club is one of the newer student organizations on campus, and those advisors for that club are Mary Revoy Lopez and Stephen Fritz. They are active as far as that kind of creative arm of the college. So they have helped with putting on a small art show here on campus. There's also a lot of different art components to the American Indian Higher Education Consortium, or AHEC, competition, where tribal college students compete against each other in um, lots of different categories. So a lot of beadwork, flute making, things like that. Again, another thing that they've really been involved in is painting some canvases and murals, very large ones that are in the Pipe Mustache Auditorium. They also will help with different graphic design for t-shirts, for other organizations, and really the group is evolving. And so again, it's kind of um, where do they want it to go, and it really depends on the students that are involved. A lot of our student organizations meet on a weekly basis. They meet when it's convenient for the students. So that might be in the evening, that might be during the day, in person, on Zoom. Again, it's open to all students. And then we have, students at outreach. So again, we want students to feel welcome and to participate. And again, not even if you aren't or you don't think you're creative, you have other skills or marketing skills, or you just want to learn, or maybe you're just a beginner, and that's okay. So every single beginner to expert, it's welcome for all students to join. And moving along, so then student ambassadors. Student ambassadors, that advisor is Jimmy White. So Jimmy is the recruiter and admission specialist here at the college. And what the student ambassadors do is they're basically a great, they have a student perspective, right, of the college. And so they help a lot with, if there's groups on campus that come for tours, they help lead those tours. They spend a lot of time volunteering at events that the college hosts. They really play a vital role because they are at the forefront, kind of the face of the college, and they are doing a lot of activities to represent us. So maybe they're in the parade in Hayward, or Muskie Fest, or they're engaging in helping with a booth or a college fair at a high school. So again, just kind of providing a leadership role as far as the students, but also being able to articulate well things that are happening at the college, but just really like your perspective. So, how has it been for you attending the college? What do you, what are some of the barriers? What are some of the challenges? But what are all the great things that you've been able to be a part of? So that's the student ambassador group. And then moving on, we have the American Indian Science and Engineering Society, or ACES chapter. I'm one of the advisors for this group, along with some faculty representatives, Dr. Deb Anderson and Mike Heim. And this is probably one of the longest standing student organizations that we've had on campus, I think dating back to the early 90s when they chartered a chapter. So it's the chapter here at the college is just one piece of this really large national organization. And it's, if you go to AISES.org, there is just a ton of information about connecting students to internships, connecting them to post-secondary education, just lots of opportunities out there, scholarships, and that's all based on STEM, so science, technology, engineering, and math. We do provide funds for all of our college chapter members to be a part of that national organization. Some of the other things that we've done as part of ACES is that it's really been like a community-driven organization. So doing a lot of give back to the community, hosting a community-wide Halloween party and haunted house, things like that. We've also done a lot of things related to Earth Day events, sustainable living fairs, doing electronics drop-offs. We've done a lot of fundraisers to give back to the community, to donate to the Humane Society, Right now, the group is working on some fundraising and to do a fun community-wide color dash. So that's something upcoming for later in the summer. But really, it's driven by the students. Again, it's so important that um, again, there's leadership roles within that. So president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, they do have their own funds. There's a regional conference, and then there's also a national conference. So this coming fall in mid-September, the conference is in Phoenix, Arizona. So again, having the ability for our chapter to take students, that is a wonderful conference. It's a wonderful opportunity to learn more about other chapters, to network with other Native students, to participate in a lot of sessions in every STEM area there is. There's poster presentations, there's a lot of research. There is probably the largest Native American career fair for STEM. I'd say about 2,000 people attend the conference every year. And again, it's a lot of networking and just a really great conference for students to be a part of. So about 3 years ago, there was another student organization that stemmed from ACES, and it was while we were actually at the ACES conference, there was a group there from the First Nations launch, and they're actually out of Carthage College, which is located in southeast Wisconsin, and they host this high-powered rocketry competition every year. And in 2018 was the first time that Lakota Ojibwe College had participated, and the students took third place, and it was such a wonderful experience. So again, not having any experience in high-powered rocketry, but we had workshops. We actually had each individually built our own rocket and launched it, became certified, and the students then were able to go to Wallops Flight Facility. It's a NASA facility in Maryland, and they were actually able to be a part of a rocket that was actually launched into outer space, and they helped with some of the payload, and they each got to put something on that rocket that then came back, and so they have that item with them that was actually in outer space. So very cool. So each year there's a competition. So it's how maybe your rocket has to go between 3,000 and 3,500 feet. And so there's all these different parameters. And so we really look at, what kind of rocket are we going to design? And then it's kind of a 6-month process. So we usually start in October, and then the launch is in April of every year. So we travel down to Kenosha and participate in that launch. So a lot of other tribal colleges participate, and then there's a lot of other colleges that have ACES chapters. So from UCLA to University of North Carolina, so lots of other colleges, and so it's just a great way to meet other students that have an interest that you do. So right now we're going to show a video of the actual one of the launches that we did. And so I'm going to go ahead and play that now. Okay, so just what a wonderful experience. The students just really enjoyed that. Again, not having any experience, but again, one of those things that it's like once in a lifetime thing that you get to launch a high powered rocket. So if you are interested in any of that, definitely come be a part of ACES and be a part of the rocket team. The next student organization we'll talk about is ABLE. ABLE is the American Indigenous Business Leaders, and the advisor for that is David Fleming. So again, if you're in the associate degree in business or accounting, or the bachelor in business, again, be a part of this student organization. I know this semester they've been meeting on Tuesdays at noon, again, in person or on Zoom. They're looking at fundraising. They're looking at going to the National ABLE Conference in Las Vegas in July. So again, there's that opportunity to network with other students, learn a lot more about business and entrepreneurial activities, and just really be a part of an organization that has a lot of like-minded individuals, and looking at how to develop your leadership skills. So again, if you're interested in that, please contact David Fleming. And then we have League of Legends. So again, League of Legends is advised by Jimmy White, and this is a club that really looks at gaming and celebrating the multiplayer online battle arena. So really looking at facilitating some tournaments here on campus, having some weekly gaming zones, and then possibly looking at the future of traveling to other colleges to participate in tournaments. So that's kind of a new up and coming student organization on campus. And then lastly, part of, we call it the AHEC team, but the American Indian Higher Education Consortium. Again, there is a annual conference, and all of the tribal college students or tribal colleges participate. They compete in science bowls, knowledge bowls, archery, volleyball, all of these different events. And then there's of course trophies awarded, but part of that is archery. And that advisor is Daryl Coons Jr. And they participate indoors or outdoors, again with long bows, and utilize the auditorium for practice and that. So again, just a wonderful sport, and a way to really promote teamwork, as well as culture, through the practice of archery. So again, if you're interested in that, you can contact Daryl directly, or you can contact myself, and we can get you set up with being a part of the archery team. So with that, I hope you learned more about our student organizations. Again, it's a great thing to be a part of. It's always great for your resume. And as a student, again, you want to participate in things. So it's just not that you're focused on school. So we do see a lot of students that are participating in extracurricular things, are doing well in their studies. They're really experiencing what college life is all about. And again, so we encourage you to participate in as many things as you can. So with that, miigwech.